Good evening, yogis. Before we sit down, let's do some hulas. We're gonna have so much fun. Yoga with the roses. So we're just gonna come into some, do some hulas here. Wow, this is so nice. I just found this Saturday. We're in the Vines Park in Loganville, Georgia. So, if you're in the area and want to come here, it's a very nice place. Can walk around in here and all. So, if you're in this area, please. It took me 6 months to find this place. I got lucky. I just set this up and I got the sun. I'm facing the sun, and that's very good. I just was trying to find a spot in the garden to set up, and it worked out pretty well actually. So that should be a good home. And since our classes are pelvic therapy, we're gonna add our shoulders in here before we come down. And if you were a dancer, you can even just move. And then we're gonna go the other way. It's like we're pinwheeling the arms back. And it's all we are doing is pelvic rotations, and we just added pinwheels. And then we're gonna go the other. Actually, it works out better when you're reversing the arms, looks like. It feels like. See, that's why I do yoga every day. You're gonna do something different, and then we'll rotate out the other way, and then we'll bring the arms back, rotating the other way, right? So just play here, it's your practice. You can always add the shoulders. It is almost like where we are dancing. I always like to start my class up maybe dancing. If you were to come outside to meet me in one of my classes and you are early, we do the yoga dance for help us warm up some more. And I also like to, if you go out to like dance, what do? And then we're gonna bring the left too, and then you just add the arms in. And Shiva Ray has an awesome video out. If you like to follow that too, and it's basically what you do here. And then, so a lot of us don't have the time to dance or don't. But if you add yoga moves to your dance, if you go out with friends, and you'll be like. One time I was at a festival outside, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do my yoga dance. I had nobody dancing, but I danced, and people came out and danced, and you can get the party started. You see? Then we'll do some back curtsies. And we're gonna come down now to tune into our practice. Now, if you have a bolster or block, you may sit on. Yes. Give a little bit of the hips elevated here. We're going to do some more pelvic rotations here. Then we're going to touch the shoulders, raise up, and then drop to the right, and reach to the right. And I'm outside, I can look at the sun, and then get that closed eyes, and bring that colors to the Ajna chakra. Remember, in meditation, we have a thought, a wider thought, space thought, and that's a way to help you too. Meditation and yoga is a meditation in motion. We touch the shoulders, and then we just, when you touch shoulders, don't come all the way up, just have like, we're going to call this buoyancy. We do a lot of buoyancy in my class. When we come back up, I will show you more. So touch the shoulders with the left, drop down. Always touch the shoulders, and because I'm not there to see, but you can help you wherever you are to find that alignment. Five breaths in. And then we're going to clasp the hands and come out. And we're going to reach up here. Now we're going to do clasp the hands behind. I like to lift up on the elbows and come forward. Just very gently. Don't. Lift up at the elbows and then extend the forearms. Oh, my favorite song. Yoga with the Roses, September, and this weekend is October 1st. Yes, it's still 90 degrees in Georgia. A beautiful day to do yoga in the park. We're going to have so much fun. We're now going to come onto our hands and knees. To do our cat-cows. And alignment for our cat-cows is like back of the palm touches the hand. Just comes down, back of it. And just widen out the knee from the hip, and then wherever it lands, coming in. Now, don't force the neck back. Two fingers, just feel that little squeeze there. That's plenty. It's almost like you're just looking to the top of your mat. And then we're just gonna so much fun to bring my garden, of my mystical garden, to the rose garden. This is very magical here. And now we're going to do the sun. We're going now, touch the shoulders with the right, reach. And bring the left heel to the booty and reach that. Now this is a great way to explain the breath. Breaths are elongations, inhalations, elongations. And now we exhalation down with the hand and the left knee. And exhalations are settling, coming into the asana. And then we're going to inhalation, extension to the left and the right at the same time. So elongations are your extensions, and exhalations are coming down. At your own pace. And since my classes are a therapy, we want to try and get the Durga breath in, where we fill up the whole, and you can even pump the stomach, so you will get the stomach and the chest. So you can concentrate on that throughout your practice, and that's very therapeutic. I met a woman today, Judy, at the art store in Lawrenceville, and she said if it wasn't for yoga, she would not be able to walk. If I could be of assistance to my yogis out there, how awesome is that? We are now going to curl the toes under, and we're going to grow our dog. And while we're in our dog, we're paddling the feet. Inhalations, exhalation, one heel down. And we come back to the left, that will be 1. So we're going to do 10 here. Anytime something comes, more challenges come down to the knees. Reach up with the right leg, step up, and step up with the left. And we're going to put our hands elbow to elbow. We'll do 10 breaths here. This is a very important asana, or forward fold, or ustrasana here. And this is buoyancy. Buoyancy, we're not locking. We're just having buoyancy. And then those of you that are the overextenders, just make sure you have buoyancy. So we're like, actually, let's say if we were on trying to keep our balance and not being knocked over. Yes. So just concentrate on it. Now we're going to touch the shoulders and come into our spirit of ecstasy. And we'll do a couple of flaps here because there's an elegance to this. And then our garden of essence. Yes, there's an essence. Back bend here. And as we go along, just notice how far back you go. Nothing forced. Now here's the fun part. Good. If you have an oil or your favorite fragrance, please grab it. Because we're going to do some flower rotations. This is very good. Get the synovial fluids in our shoulder going. And while we're here, we'll do some more pelvic rotations or hulas. Because you never do enough hulas for pelvic health, okay? Now we're going to come in to the flower rotation. So we're in our, just keep the pinky and the thumb together, bring the fingertips together and come out. Okay? Bring the arms, sweep the arms behind. Okay? Great. And now we are going to pinwheel. I set that up so you see most of the garden. So if you don't see the hands when I'm reaching up, we're just pinwheeling. And we're going to do 10 forward. Reach back, and we're going to rotate back, so the right arm's going back now for 10. And now we're going to connect the mind and the body by coming forward with the right and back with the left. Bit challenging, but it's another way of connecting the mind and the body. And now the right arm is going to come back and the left arm is forward. If you don't get it right, don't worry. It's just another way of connecting the mind and the body. Okay? And we'll do some shoulder rotations. Big inhalation here. Do a Dirga breath with the shoulders up high. And then release that. And do some more hulas here. And now we're going to, in yoga we have the 6 flexations of the spine. And we're going to do our side to side here. So just inhalation up, exhalation. On exhalation is when you crunch into the side. Inhalation up, exhalation. And inhalation, so my right arm's coming up. Exhalation, up. So when you come up when you're straightened out, remember to have the buoyancy in the knees. Exhalation when you crunching. Okay? Now, we're going to bring the arms out to the front. And we're going to twist to the right. And we're going to come back to this arm here. And they're like shoulder height, and just open up. Now, twist that right arm. The left arm's back. And then we're going to follow the right arm. And follow the left. So as soon as the hand comes in front of you, just twist to the right, twist to the left. So this is our twist of the spine. Look at the palm, will keep you from getting dizzy. Okay, and now let's roll out the shoulders some more. Now we're going to touch the shoulders, raise the arms up, and a slight back bend because it's our flexation of the forward and back of the spine. And then we're going to big breath here, big Dirga breath. And we'll do the breaths. I'm trying not to be too loud. I'm at the microphone here. Okay, and that is, you'll notice the asanas that we do have incorporated a lot of that. So I'm going to come up to the side here. My legs are in buoyancy, and I'm going to show you inhalation, exhalation. So just concentrate on, especially incorporating the pelvic, inhalation, exhalation. You can even put your stomach on your belly to experience that. Okay, that's the Dirga breath. And you're going to be totally amazing. But before we do that, we're going to do a bumblebee. I love calling this the bumblebee because and swing around, and we have a flower. Now, anytime it's your practice, as far as the class, I try and help you to have your own practice, so you can come out to a beautiful park and do yoga. Or if you're nowhere around and there are no yoga available for the times that you want to do, this is one of the passions that I have of bringing the classes to you. You never know who you're going to touch. We're all looking for that one person. Yes. Now, when you come up, you flop the arms. You're flapping your wings. You want to just come up shoulder height. So don't come all the way up here. And this is also proven to ward off sicknesses. So even if you are sick, you do these, and it should help you to get better. And because if you do, you want to build up heat in your bodies. And this is also to ward off sicknesses. So. And then we're gonna on the fifth one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We come down, bend the knees, and then we come into our flower rotation. Never have enough flower rotation on the fifth one. At your own pace. Two more. Now you know what to do. You can even walk, stop, and do this. And that's why it's called a class, because I'm helping you to actually, so you have your own practice. Okay? We all love community. Oh, I would love if a lot of people were here, but do some hula hoops here. Go the other way. So remember, how many hulas you do the same left and right. Okay. I have 100 people on Meetup, and I'm like, where's everybody? So, then why be on Meetup, right? Let's pinwheel the arms forward. So we're all inside hot yoga somewhere. It's 90 degrees outside here, it's hot. And I'm actually talking about being hot. I'm going to show you a breath, the cooling breath. We're going to do that. Touch the shoulders, always like another way to, I don't like doing the hop back, so this is an opportunity to add the warrior. So remember buoyancy. Always touch the shoulders and reach. This is our warrior one. It's a standard asana in yoga. If too challenging to drop the heel, leave the heel up, a non-injeti. Also a warrior. It's your practice, your preference. I'm just a guide. Elegantly bring the hands to the mat. Step back with the left. Inhalation forward, drop the knees. This is a Zen asana. So you just want to tilt back a little bit. We're going to drop the forearms and leave with the chin to the top of the mat. And this is our first. Our Bhujangasana here. It's the up dog, and we're going to stay here 10 breaths, because this is another very important asana here. And there's 8 asanas out of 608, and I incorporate them all in my practice. You can always come down, palm on top of palm. It's also known as crocodile. You can windshield wipers, bring the feet up, and windshield wiper here. And this is all things to play with. Now, we're coming into growing our puppy to our dog. So remember, we're going to have the Durga breath. Raise up the torso here. And now we're going to come into this is our puppy. To come into the dog, just one full handprint towards you. Tuck the toes under. We're going to step up with the right. Step up with the left. Open up to our spirit of ecstasy. Flap the wings a few times here. Come into our back bend here. Come into our flower rotations. Pinwheel arms. Step back with the left. Bring the hands to the mat. Step back with the right. Inhalation forward. This is a Zen asana. And come into our Bhujangasana. Inhalation here. Press up to our puppy, to our dog. Step up with the left, step up with the right. Come to a back bend here. Flower rotations. Pinwheel the arms forward. Step back with the right to our warrior. Your warrior. Bring the hands to the mat. We're gonna add on here. You can keep dropping the knees, or you can, a little challenging is our chaturanga. Inhale here, exhalation down. Inhale up, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step up with the right, the left. Open up into our spirit of ecstasy. Come into our back bend. To our flower rotations. Pinwheel wipers. I didn't bring out my pinwheel today. See, I have a lot of stuff ready. And there's really not much wind here, so come into our warrior. Come down to our, step into our dog, and you know your preference. Inhale up. Also known as high and low. So raise up the left. And we're going to head on here a bit. We're going to flip the dog. I'm going to show you a new way how to flip the dog. That is also elegant to avoid you to practice all the time. Hey, I'm going to have a new way of explaining something to you. Right? So we're going to flip the dog. But there's modifications. But flipping the dog, yoga classes can be very expensive. So when you pay good money for a yoga and they flip the dog, it's like, wow. So step back with the left. I really feel like getting my money's worth when they're offered in classes that are like that. Bring the hands to the mat. Step back with the left and come into our dog. Now, in our dog, let's raise the right leg and we'll do some rotations, because this is our hip rotations. This is also very good for the pelvic. We're going to come here, like 3 or 4, and then we're going to look underneath from the left arm. Look at that left knee. And now here's the challenge. Those of you that know how to flip the dog can flip the dog, and those of us that you can drop the knee and just raise up the right arm. And those of you that want to do the walkthrough, you got the knee, raise the right arm, and now we're just gonna walk the leg over, and then you see you did a flip. I'll walk through flip. So we'll do that again. Come back up to our dog. Raise the right leg up. Look under your arm, the left side. See if you see your heel. And you can drop it back. And you can drop the knee and then step up with that, like that. Okay? So we are now going to come back into our dog. Inhalation, Utthita Chaturanga. Exhalation, Chaturanga. Your modification. Step up with the right. Step up with the left. Come into our spirit of ecstasy. To our back bend. Isn't that awesome? You'd be like, you can do a lot of amazing things when they're spoken. We're gonna come into our Astavakasana, my favorite, most elegant, has to be done today in the garden. But I feel if I walk it through to you, you might just be able to experience. It's a very bit of a challenge. Step back with the left. Come into our warrior. Your warrior. Bring the hands to the mat. Sit back with the right. Raise the left leg, and we do our hip rotations here. And we're going to flip the dog. And I will walk it to you. So those of us that are doing it over the left side, raise the right arm up, and then we're just going to step up with the right foot. And you'll see, all you did was you kept your hand here, you just kept the knee to the foot, and you flipped your dog. So, and these, I just started to do my practice. I actually like doing on me, like, you know, I've been doing it for years and years, that I actually have a way of speaking it, right? So, come into our dog. Inhalation, you're high and low. I got that from my yoga teacher, Erica Tenenbaum, at the Yoga Life in Pennsylvania. Remember, it's your practice. So, whenever your flower needs flowers, your flower needs fragrance, please give your flower the fragrance. Okay. Pinwheel arms here. Now we're going to add on here. And we're going to come into our warrior. And I have my new business cards. They're really beautiful. I'll show you this right quick. They're really something you got to see. And this is the back of it. But down here, you'll see the Warrior Project. So what the Warrior Project is similar to the Wounded Warrior, right? You heard that? It's a very confident sequence. So today we're going to do a very confident sequence, and we'll do this warrior movements. Yes, there's hope where there's darkness. What a perfect song to explain what I'm talking about. Just one of the most awesomest uplifting sequences that we do, and like, you know, they're talking down to me or bullying somebody, right? Or, you know, we've been beaten and torn down, but you know what? I'm doing my practice and meditations, and hopefully I can heal and be strong. Because you know what? We're warriors. They're doing warriors right now. So come and be a bee in my garden, this whimsical garden. So in there, wow. Bring the right hand down, and this is our warrior, the elegant, because there's an elegance in our practice. Yes. Now we're going to turn this into our warrior two. So my left hand comes, the palms facing out. The right hand touches that palm, and we're at shoulder height. So we have the elbows to the shoulder, and we open up. It's a way for you at home to find alignment. And we flip the palm, and that will help the back. And we have fine alignment. We have the legs where you feel comfortable. Remember, there's buoyancy. And this is your warrior, the warrior you are. Let life obstacles, or let those that, we're all about peace and love in yoga, but there's those of us that come into our warrior the elegance. And then our warrior the elegance, you'll see that keep the more the elbows out, the more elegant it is also. So come back into our warrior two. And now we're just gonna, this is a squiddle. So just like one full foot like that. And we have buoyancy, so we're not locked out. Coming down, we're coming into our Trikonasana. So the left hand comes down and the right hand follows. And we are coming into, just, you can clap that hand, the left hand, and we just had the fingers guide the body. So now we're touching the shoulder, and we raise up the elbow, forearm. Remember to have the buoyancy so you're not locked out to get pulled over, and I can see the sun. Come back into our warrior, the elegant. Open up to our warrior two. And these are always help you to find your define where you want to be. Okay. My favorite song. Okay. And from our warrior two, come to our warrior one. And now very elegantly, we're going to put the left elbow on top of the left knee. We're coming to the feet can be the same distance here. We're coming into our, I have so much in my mind, I can't remember what this one is, right? No, it's also the side stretch here, but that's trying not to put so much weight, but it's pinwheel arms here. 3 one way and 3 another. Our Parsvankasana. Come back into our warrior, the elegant. Now, here's the fun. This is the fun. We're going to add our hummingbird in paradise. And from our hummingbird in paradise, just come to here, to come and rotate here. Okay? So now we're going to come into our hummingbird in paradise. You have your modification, and we're going to all meet up. See how many breaths you can do here. You clasp behind here, step up with the right. It's time to do a bounce, and we're going to extend out with the right. Or hummingbird. And I have my hummingbird in my, flying over my Krishna basket there. Okay, now we're going to come back down. And we'll meet up in our warrior, the elegant. Open up into our warrior two. Come back to our warrior one. That's a dragonflies. Wonder if I had any more hummingbirds here. Just a little squiddle up with the right. And we're going to come into our Pavantasana. The Pavantasana is the hips are here. When we were in our Trikonasana, the hip is more parallel. So we are going to come behind, clasp the hand. This is what we did when we started, when we sat and folded forward, when we in our opening. Lift the elbows up. Coming to a slight back bend here. You'll notice like a lot of times classes will do a back bend. Up with the elbows, exhalation over the left leg. And try and keep the hip down as best you can. Always up with the elbow, up with the forearm. Strong, be kind, be brave. See, what a great song for this warrior sequence and the warrior project. There's so much strength coming on here. Coming to our warrior, the elegance. Open up to our warrior. 2. Coming to our warrior 1. We're going to bring the hands to the mat. Step back with the left. And come into our high and low. Your preference of dropping the knees or coming into the chaturanga. Step up with the left. Step up with the right. Flop everyone. Come into our spirit of ecstasy. I love the spirit of ecstasy, especially in mat. We are a beautiful ornament in our practice here. So we're going to come into our flower rotations. Pinwheel the arms forward. Doing that hummingbird in paradise is so awesome. It's very challenging. So use it at home. Don't knock yourself out from the... It's very elegantly when you come into our warrior the elegance to our Utthita Parsvankasana. So coming to our warrior 2. I always say R because we're a community, so we're doing it together. Okay, so it's yours, it's mine. But it's yours. It's an asana. Breathe it, be it, experience it. We are not poses. These are not poses. These were breaths, elongations, and exhalations are settling into you, the here, the now. Coming to our warrior, the elegant. As elegantly as you may be. As elegant as you are. Open up back into our warrior 2. Come back to our warrior 1. Now, squiddle that left foot forward a bit. And now, we are going to come down the right leg and open up with the left. Remember to have the buoyancy. First the body, up with the elbow, up with the forearm. And that's basically when you're at home, do what you have it right. And the breath, and you have it right. Show up to one of my, if you're in the Georgia area, show up to one of my meetups. I'm on the meetup. And I have my number on that card. You can call me, text me, whatever you like. Doing privates. But if you show up to a meetup, you will get a lot done from our, coming to our warrior 1. Now we're going to come into our Utthita Parsvankasana. And we're going to pinwheel the arms one way, another way. Remember not to have so much weight on it. And then reach. Wherever your reach is, you know, see again, touching the shoulder, reaching. Remember to have the buoyancy, don't lock out. And our warriors, make sure the knees don't go over the toes. And with this right elbow, not so much weight on there. Coming to our warrior the elegance. Come back into our Utthita Parsvankasana. Now, just keep working this. And those of us that are going to take this to the next level, into the hummingbird in paradise. See, there's nobody better than anybody. It's just those of us have different physiques, and those of us that are deeper in the practice, and you're all welcome. So I have, there's something for everybody. But this is all level, all welcome. Step up with the left and balance on that left leg. And you can even take this in steps too, because this is very challenging. Okay. Step back and come into our warrior, the elegant. Open up into our warrior 2. Come back to warrior, the elegant. Open up warrior 2. Warrior 1. And now we are going to squiddle the left foot in again. And now we're going to come down into our Utthita, our Padottanasana. So Padottanasana, remember, the hips are vertical. Up with the elbows. Exhalation over the right leg. Elbows up, forearm up. And you just see what I'm doing, I'm releasing with the breath. And I'm having a bit of, this is of your Trikonasana leg here, but not locked out. Come into our warrior, the elegant. Up into our warrior 2. Come to our warrior 1. Bring the hands to the mat. Step back with the right. You know your high and low. And now, come into our forward fold. Come into our flap the wings. And come into our back bend here. And now, I don't do a lot of the Ustrasana when we do our sun salutation. Because it's an asana itself, and I like doing it before we actually come down. So now, touch the shoulder, and we're going to, it's also known as the chair. Okay. Now, massage the ears. With the ears crossed down. And this is another one of the ways to, with this asana, this here, now we're down to earlobe, connects the mind and the body. Do 10 breaths, 5 breaths here actually. Remember to try not to get the knees past the toes. Raise the arms up. And now we're going to Pavarita, because we didn't Pavarita our other asana. So just bring the left side of the knee and bring the, in prayer here. And you can also open up. Feel it. You feel it. Now we're gonna Pavarita the other side. Bring this time the right is going over the left. Drop the left and raise the right. Okay, great. And now this sets us up for our standing asanas. Now, since we're in this rose garden here, let's do something very elegantly. Let's do some more pelvic rotations here, because you never get enough pelvic rotations. Okay, and you can do wide rotations. Okay, feel it. Guru Ganges. So lovely. Now, I was telling you about what asanas that make you come to your practice. We are going to do our dancer. So keep doing your hulas. You can never do enough hulas. So we're transitioning to our balance before we come down for the close of our class. So just come here. And out of all the next asana that's very elegant is our dancer. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do. We did we're going to clasp the hands, and we're going to bring I'm facing you, so I'm going to bring the right knee to here. We're going now. Try and see your best if you can get the hand to the inside. The outside just has a shoulder in the socket. It's best if it is into the inside. We are now, see, I got the toes flexed, so the toes are coming more to the shin. I'm on my left fingers are touching my shoulders. I'm reaching like we're in our warrior one, and we're just exhaling into our dancer. And try and keep the knee down best you can. We're going to do 15 breaths here. Okay, and now we're going to drop that knee, drop the right leg down. We're going to do some hulas here. And then I'm huling to the left, so I'm actually going to hula down to a forward fold. And now we're going to come back up the opposite way. Okay? So now we're set up for the other side. So I'm going to inhalation up the left knee to my hand. I'm going to walk my left hand to the inside. Right hand is touching the shoulder. One of the most elegant asanas. This is the one asana that actually I fell in love with in yoga. To me, this is one of the top 5 elegant asanas. Do it quite often in my class. And now we're going to hula. So wherever you are, however wide you are, you're going to hula. And we're going to hula down. Okay. And now we're going to come into our malasana here. And a malasana is also a transition asana. So it's almost like it's a wide stance Utkatasana, and we're just going to exhalation the elbows to the inside, okay? And this turns into a whole nother vinyasa, and we're gonna do one crane, and we're just gonna exhalate on the exhalation. So my feet are like mat width, and exhalation. We're just flapping. You get to see my bumblebee. I love my bumblebee. Oh, we have a flower here. And since we got a flower here, I'm going to drop the left to the mat and follow the right arm up, my right hand. Come back into our flower for 3. Drop the right and follow the left. Look at the roses. And now we're going to come into our crane or your blackbird. This is blackbird crane, but we're only going to do 5 breaths. Avoid whatever. It can even be a hummingbird. As best you can. Now roll out your wrist, and we're gonna extend the legs and come get ready for we got a Padmasana. So we just did from a little Malasana Vinyasa, and now we have a Padmasana Vinyasa. So you can really be way awesome following me, and it's one of my passions of my yoga practice. And we'll rotate out the other way. And now touch the shoulders, raise the arms up. Remember, don't reach us comfortably. Now bring the left elbow to the belly and drop down, and bring the left shin over. Index, center, ring, pinky, in between the toes here. And this is very good for if you have bunions or preventative of bunions. And actually, this one might be a bit challenging to get your fingers in there. Then after a while, you'll be like, wow, my fingers get in there. So it is very important to do. Okay. And now we're going to circle the leg hip down so we get some more synovial fluids in the hip there. And now we're going to bring this inside the foot up to the elbow and the right arm, and we'll hug it in here. And now we're going to the right hand to the outside, left hand to the inside. We get set up for our compass. And drop the left hand down. Now you see the left hand down is a little like width, almost like a bit of a shelf, sort of, right? Too complicated, just come into and play with your compass. You can come out of it whatever way you want. We're gonna come into our Ashtavakasana, or you can just come into the Padmasana and do hip rotations. If that's all you are up to right now. So, like I say, nobody's left out. I just have to show you what does happen when you have a very deep practice. And actually, what I love about the Ashtavakasana is very challenging. And one time a teacher spoke it, and I was like, "What?" I went right into it. So sometimes a way it's spoken to come into the asana. So what we're doing here, I got the right, almost with the same width. It's in the parallel line. And all I'm doing is just I'm moving my body. I'm rolling onto my right hip, and I'm extending. Okay. I'm gonna do it again. Okay. See how, and then just. Breath, see, and come back into our Padmasana with the right leg will be in front this time. So, how'd you make out? It's a really amazing when you see what I did. I just got onto that hip and just rolled and rolled. Oh, the cooling breath. The cooling breath Bring the air over the tongue and exhale out the nose on the. Do some hula circles here to the cooling breath. Whenever you feel that crunch will be your exhalation. Okay? And that will also help you into your practice. I'm having so much fun here. Touch shoulders, raise the arms up. And bring the elbow, right elbow to the belly and the right shin over. And now we're going to put the left hand, the index, center, ring, pinky, and in between the toes here. And now bring the left arm under, and we're just going to do some flexations here, circle flexations to get this synovial fluid in the left hip going. And I'll make sure I don't do anything here. So, okay, now we're going to hug in the foreleg. Now we're going to have the left to the outside and the right to the inside, set up for our compass here. Drop the right hand down and look under. And the compass is awesome because we have it's facing up and have a lot of energies coming through. I'm not an anatomy geek, but I am an energy geek. So that's my passion of my yoga practice. We are doing all these energies for amazingness to come in. That's my. Now, get the left and right even and at a comfortable width. And now we're doing. I'm coming down to the rolling over down that left thigh, and I'm just kicking up, reaching up. Now, I have to do it over again because it's I got a lot of moisture on my leg here. So if you come out of it, come back in. Okay, now to come down, just swing around and come into our forward fold here. Okay. So, in our forward fold, we have, see how I have the gap here? This is another way of experience the elongation. So, and just come down to our forward fold. And now we're going to set up for our Dandasana. Dandasana, the fingertips come near our booty. Now bring the fingertips to the top of the mat and reach up into our Parsvantasana. If that's too much on your wrist, just come down to the forearms and experience that. Okay, now we're going to touch the shoulders and come back into our forward fold again for 5 breaths. Now, since I'm facing you, I'm going to hug in my right knee, and we're setting up for our Janu Shirsasana now. And our Janu Shirsasana, the Janu Shirsasana, to concentrate on the shin rolling forward, touch the shoulders. And now we're coming down the left leg, so my left hand will lead and the right hand will follow. 10 breaths. Now, another one of my favorite asanas, because this one here actually lets you experience the elongations of the inhalations and exhalation, deepen it. So we're going to bring the left leg to the left of the mat. And so concentrate on this. See if you can yogi toe lock. If you just can't, we're going to touch the shoulders. If you're already at this and your right hand can reach the toes, just keep opening up with the elbow. And then 10 breaths. See where your hands are if you can, or cannot reach. My favorite vinyasa here is we bring the left over and we set up for our Gomakasana here. Since the left leg is over the right, raise both arms up, bring that left arm behind, and you have your strap. I always have my little tallet. And now, since the left leg is over, we'll extend the right leg. So we're set up for our Marichiasana, and this is a very important asana. Let me see what we're doing here. I'm going to reach out, look over my right shoulder first, and try and keep my right leg extended, keep the toes up. And now I'm going to touch the shoulders, and we're going to do the wave over and I'm bringing the right elbow outside the left knee. If it's not crossed, it's fine. Okay. Now, extend the left leg. Come into our Dandasana. Now, put the fingertips to the top of the mat and press it. Touch the shoulders and come back. This is our Padmasana, and this is a very important asana here. Also, we'll transition 5. Now we're going to inhalation the left knee and open up, drop it down to the left for our Janu Shirsasana. And now we're going to exhalation over the right with the right hand leads. Left follow. You see how far up you come in 10 breaths to drop in the gap. Now we're going to open up to the right of the mat. You can yogi toe lock here already. Remember to bring the right elbow will come inside the right. Touch the shoulder with the left and reach over. And now I'm going to be get ready for our Gomakasana. So I have the right leg go over and we're arms up, so now the right hand will come behind. And if you don't, you can always have your shirt, or just as long as you have your arms, have your chest up, torso. Now the right is over. Now we're going to extend the left leg. Okay. If it's too challenging to have it crossed over, just remember having it next to it's fine. Now we're going to just look over to the left shoulder. And now I'm going to give you a wave, my yogis, and bring that left elbow outside the right. Okay. Tina Turner. Isn't that awesome? Now, coming to our Dandasana. Bring the hands, fingertips to the top of the mat. And press up to our Parsvantasana for 5 breaths. Or drop the form. Forward fold. And now, I have my faith. We're going to do the leap of faith before we close up this class. So now we're just going to hug in. I'm going to face you, so I'm going to hug in the left leg. And we're just going to roll onto the left leg. If this is too challenging, remember you have, I have my, you can put a bolster, a block. You can even, if it feels comfortable, to come onto the toes. And we're just gonna, and now to come into the full Hanuman Asana. The left hand is on the left knee, and the right hand is on your cheek here. Just waiting. This is Hanuman. This is Hanuman in waiting. Hanuman was stripped of his powers. Just waiting for when the time was right. He was mischief when he was a child, but when the time was right, he was going to be a hero and be a legacy for years and years. Now, Hanuman's needed the leap of faith. Now extend, come onto the right leg, and actually over here, let's do some, we'll put our right elbow on here and extend that left leg out. Just walk it out, because this is also allows us to give us that pelvic stretch that we need here. And just work it here. Okay. And now we're just gonna walk that left foot out. Yeah, I'm doing just putting the toes, and the foot is just with the heel squiddling forward. And we're gonna do 15 breaths in our. This is the Hanuman Asana, our leap of faith. Ten more breaths. And now we're going to actually turn this into our hero, since we're having so much fun. Come on the toes. And come up here. Breathe. Just extend up. Now, drop the right to right and raise the left for 5 breaths. Hands to waist for 3. Keep that back bend going. Drop the left to left and raise the right. Come back for 3. Drop the right to right, left to left for 5. Now, we're going to come into a child pose here. Come into our, extend the feet down. We're going to get ready to step up with the left. Step up with the left. What a nice song. And now we are going to come into our our pelvic stretch here with our left elbow here, and just giving the and now we're gonna walk into our Hanuman, taking, wait, no, let's come back up here. We're gonna come down and be on our Hanuman and waiting. Do 5 breaths here. And now we'll take our leap of faith. Yes. My leap of faith to be this amazing yoga teacher that I am. Can I get more than 10 subscribers? Now, bring that leg in, come back into a child pose again. And come back into our deeper variation of our hero. The toes are extended. This time we're going to bring the left to left and raise the right. If that's too challenging, just stay on your toes. Five breaths. Hands to waist for 3. Right to right, left up. 5 breaths. Hands to waist for 3. Left to left, right to right for 10. And come into a child pose. And now we're going to come into our close of our class. Our wheel. Our Salamba. Sarvanga. Some pelvic here. And now we're going to roll up forward. And now you can keep your hands up here. This is very good. Keeping the hips here. This is very fine. We're doing into our Navasana here, our boat. And play here. And now we're going to come up into our and again, we're going to yogi toe lock here, roll forward, and balance here the best you can. Open up here best you can. It's fine. This is all of a pelvic. And a lot of inner strength going on here. So we're going now to come into our wheel. This is also known as the fountain of youth. And so we're gonna, this is our side to sides and the arms up. We're gonna do a lot of action. Try on this side. Now, the fingers up to the, like when we were doing our Dandasana, have the fingers up near the booty. The fingertips are near our the shoulders. Elbows are up. And you can stay here. This is the modification. If you're at home, you can put the bolster underneath and stack yourself up. And you can just come up here and play here. There's no right, no wrong. You showed up. I'm very, 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 very proud of you. So don't ever beat yourself up. Maybe today's you don't feel like doing much, and try tomorrow. Or just don't worry. No worries. Okay. So and then just 5 breaths. And now this is windshield wipers, and we're gonna did a lot of wrists, so we roll out the wrists, right? 5 here. And then we're gonna come back up. Windshield wipers, roll out the wrists for 5 breaths. And if you had enough, we'll meet in our forward fold. It's your practice. Play around as much as you want. This is something you want to do. Like that. Windshield wipers. Okay. Come into our happy baby here. Come back up into our Salambasarvangasana. Drop back for Halasana. And now we're coming down into our forward fold to get ready for our close of our class. I'm going to do our Matsyendrasana to our Shavasana. Okay.
Willing to speak the truth when it's not popular.
Okay, now we're just going to put our hands on top of our booty. And just tilt back. It's almost like I was showing you for the modification when we're coming up to our Parsvanthasa. And then we're just going to come into our Shavasana. Now, in our Shavasana, we are going to do our Muladhara sequence today, our chakra. So rotate the right arm up, bring the left arm out. And this is the energy in our body moving through the chakras. So the left arm comes out and over. And now we're going to bring the fingertips together to the back of the fingers and sweep the body down. This is the meridians. So this is all that we just did in our practice. So. And now we are going to just be a bee in the garden. We're coming to the Muladhara chakra, and today we're gonna mix a little bit of tension also. So I got the right foot over the left, and we're gonna place our hands, big Durga breath here. And we're gonna bring our Muladhara chakra, and the color is red, and the element is earth. We're going to come up to our Vadhisthana, and the color is orange, and the element is water. There's a little lake over there. There's a lot of energy here. We'll come up to the Manipur for the fire. The color is yellow, and the element is fire. Come up a little more to the Anahata, and that is the heart chakra, and that is the color is green, and the element is air. Come up to the Vishuddha, and that is ether and space, and the color is blue. We come up to the Ajna chakra, and that is violet, and that consists of all the elements, and the crown of the head, the Sarara chakra, and that is a kaleidoscope of colors, and that also consists of all the elements. So in our body, all these elements are coming and gone. Breathe and be. And see if you can tune into the vibrations in our body. Now we're gonna face away from the center of the room. And we're gonna come into our pose of infinity. This is also regular breaths. And then we're gonna roll on to the pose of infinity the other way. I find this is a really great way to also come out of our Shavasana. And then when you drop it down, we're in our Padmasana. And now, in our Padmasana, we're going to come into our Oms. In our whimsical garden. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. May the words and actions of my teachings contribute to the health and well-being of you. Namaste. Sadnam. gave me great pleasure to welcome you to the Whimsical Garden. Fun to do it again soon. Good night.